I decided to take the day off and work on my bed on my truck. So I don't know if you could really consider that taking a day off or not, but I'm taking a day off from making any money. I guess that's what I'm really doing. So anyways, I'm on my way to the shop. Every time I get in any vehicle that I own, I have to get freaking gas, and it's super frustrating. But at the end of the day, I am grateful to have vehicles. Gotta swing by McDonald's really quick because my wife wanted donuts this morning for breakfast, and I ate 2 donuts without any kind of protein. And my brain and body does not appreciate that. So I'm gonna get some food in me. Not that McDonald's is good food, but at least it's a little bit better than just donuts. All right, got 2 of those egg and sausage burritos. All right, pulled up to the shop and I got a call from one of my clients. Apparently they got a rock in one of their brake pads. So Joey's gonna roll along and help me out. All right, so a little bit of a backstory on what we're about to go do. This is one of my really good clients. He owns an electrical company in town, pretty big company. He drives an electric BMW. He said that he thinks there's a rock stuck in between the brake pad and the rotor. All right, that sounds really not good. So let's go ahead and take that wheel off and figure out why it's making that noise. Go ahead and get our colonoscopy gloves on. So we gotta find the lift points. It's not like a truck, you can't just jack these things up from the frame. All right, we got a lift point right here. So on these cars, a lot of German and European cars have lug studs instead of lug nuts. So it's basically a bolt that goes in. Or my battery's just dead. That's crazy. Let me sit. Okay, already found the issue. So if you look right there, that's a little pebble. Kind of hard to see it, but that looks like a little pebble. So let's try to get it out. All right, we got our pick here. Let's see if I can get this thing in there far enough. It moved a little bit. There we go. This guy right here. The owner of the car is not here right now, but whenever I leave the keys on his desk, I'm going to set the pebble right next to the keys just so he knows what was in there. Easy enough. What do you think, Joe?
I think that was pretty easy.
Always the fun part. You don't get to set it on the studs because there's no studs. You have to rotate it and get it just right, and then all right, now we're gonna go ahead and torque this down. We got my torque wrench. So the torque spec on these lug bolts is 103 foot-pounds. I'll go ahead and set my very high-tech digital display torque wrench that I definitely didn't get from Harbor Freight. It snaps off. Will you roll this over to the back of my truck?
Yeah. Yeah?
I'm gonna take it on the road really quick, make sure it's good.
Alright.
Alright, got the car all fixed. Very easy, very simple. Now, let's go work on the freaking bed. Alright, little side quest. So, decided to get sheet metal and some other stuff for the bed build, and we loaded the sheet metal on top of the ratchet straps up there. So we got some twine and did some riggery. You think it's gonna hold?
Where's Dave when you need him?
I mean, I can't really move it. I can move it, but it's not easy to move. Screw it, let's send it. The metal doesn't look like it's moved yet, so that's good. Well, it's a good thing I rolled my windows up in my truck. That is a lot of freaking metal shavings and dust. Holy crap. Well, we spent about $560 at the metal supply store. We got 3 sheets of, I think, 1/8 inch sheet and 1 sheet of 14 gauge. And then we got, how many feet? 120 feet of 1x1 square tubing? Angle iron. Sorry, what did I say?
Square tubing.
Oh, we did not get square tubing. We are done with the square tubing. We also got some flat strap. I believe you call this flat strap. This guy here. This is about 1 inch, and I think it's also 1/8 inch. We got, I think, 5 pieces of that at 10 feet a piece. So that's 50 feet, I think. Yeah. So anyways, I'm trying to decide if I want to start on these doors or if I want to continue the finish welds and the grinding on everything. The responsible thing to get everything done before doing the doors, but it's not how my brain works for some reason. We got this ground down right here. Got this front side ground down. I don't really want to try to fit the big grinder up in here, so went ahead and put a flapper wheel on the smaller grinder. I'm just gonna kind of bevel that edge right there. All right, it took a team effort to get this sheet out of the back of my truck. We have like 4 more sheets back there that need to come out, but this is the sheet that I'm gonna use to make the dividers in between the 2 bins right there, as well as the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those measurements of what that sheet needs to be. We're gonna mark it and cut it out, put it in, and hopefully it fits. Then we're gonna be like, bzz, 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 bzz. That's my impression of somebody MIG welding, if you didn't know what I was doing. That measurement came out to 18.5 by 59 inches. I'm just putting that in this video so that way I can go back to it as a note, because I'm probably going to forget. Well, I'm currently looking for my Milwaukee Mark All pen that Joey probably got a hold of. I think I just may have one of those pens out in my truck. For some reason, my left tail lights are staying on. I can't get them to turn off. All right, let's see. Yep. Right here. Sweet. All right, got this sheet in here for a test fit. Looks like we need to take just a little bit more off. It's got a pretty nasty bow to it, so let's go ahead and rip this piece back out. I will say, seeing this sheet in here though, it is really making me excited. I'm feeling like I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, because It might not seem like it, but this is a huge undertaking with how much other stuff I have going on in life right now. So I am super, super excited to, see some real progress, and it's really taking shape. All right, I got this piece in here now after snipping that little piece off the top. Took about a 1/4 inch off. It fits just about perfect. Only issue that I can foresee is this weld up here needs to get ground off. It is creating a bit of a gap that's not going to be fun to fill all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that weld, and then we can go ahead and start tacking this piece in. All right, went ahead and ground that weld down. As you can see, it's all flush in there. Plates back in and sitting just how I want it. All right, so this piece is all welded in. Next thing on the list is we need some rigidity down here. So I went ahead and cut some 1x1 angle that I'm going to weld in right there, and then cut another piece to go on the bottom right there. Not virginity, rigidity.
I high centered it on a leaf once.
All right, we got that piece of angle all welded in and ground down. Actually welded it into this piece, so this is super strong now. You could actually stand on it and it's not going to cause any kind of issues, which is pretty cool.